Hello and welcome. My name is Amulya and you are watching TubeMint. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download and install Python 3.8.2, which is the latest release of Python 3 on Microsoft Windows 10. If you have Microsoft Windows 8, 8.1 or 8, you should not have any issue downloading and installing Python 3 with me. So let's go ahead and launch the browser. So I'm going to use Google Chrome. You can use any browser that you like to use. Now once you have your browser up, go ahead and pull up this website python.org, which is official website for Python. Now once your Python website is up here on your preferred browser, go ahead and put your cursor on this downloads button. Do not click it, just put over this button downloads and then scroll down to Windows and hit Windows button. So click on the Windows button and on this page you will see it says Python releases for Windows. So there are two releases available for download. The very first on the top is the latest Python 3 release, which is 3.8.2. If you want to download and install Python 2 for whatever reason, you come here and click on this Python 2 release button, which gives you download link for Python 2.7.17. Alrighty, so for this video we are going to download 3.8.2 and install it on this operating system. So this is Microsoft Windows 10. Before we go ahead and download the Python, we want to make sure we download the right kind of package. So once you are here on this Python 3.8.2 page, go ahead and scroll down to this files section here and you will see, and this is source release for in gzipped folder. Then you got xz compressed source. Again, this is not for us. Then we have Mac OS X 64-bit installer. If you're using Mac, you can go ahead and download it and install it with this. Now comes the Windows section, and you can see we have multiple lines here. So these here at the bottom, three at the bottom are the 32-bit downloads. So go ahead and check your system type. Let me go ahead and check on my system. So go ahead and click on this start menu, just right click on it, and then go to systems, not systems. Now if you're not using Microsoft Windows 10, I'll show you how you can check the system type. So this is system type, 64-bit operating system, 64-bit based processor. So now I know my system type here. The other way you can check your system type, look at the keyboard. I'm going to give you two buttons to press together. So the very first one is Windows key, which you can find on the right bottom of the keyboard. So hold it down and look at the right top of the keyboard, just above the numeric keys. You have a pause break button. So go ahead and press both keys together, Windows key and pause break button. Now you can see your system type here as well. It says 64-bit operating system. If you can't find it, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and click on the start menu and then go to control, and then you go to system and security, and here you simply click on system. Right, so you now know system type. So mine is 64-bit. If yours is 32-bit, go back to this download page, files section, and download 32-bit installer from here and 64-bit from here. So there are three links, download links. One is the zip file. If you want to download on this computer and port it to other computer, that's perfectly fine, but I would suggest you go ahead and download this one, executable installer. It does the same thing. it downloads the compiled version of Python. So you simply have to download it and install it on different computers if you have to. If you have internet connection on the computer where you want to install it, you can go ahead and use the web-based installer. This is for 32-bit. I'm going to download the 64-bit. Same goes with the 64-bit operating system. You can install the executable installer, download the executable installer, or the web-based installer. So I'm going to use the web-based installer. I'm going to click the download button for web-based installer, and it doesn't take a long time. Once it's downloaded, since I'm using Google Chrome, I have access to this download package from this very interface. Now, in case if you're not using Google Chrome browser, go ahead and locate this downloaded package and then just double click on it. Now, once you double click on it, you might get a window that says user account control. Say yes. Now, once you get this installation wizard or setup wizard, very first thing that you want to do, make sure you check this box, add Python 3.8 to path. This will make sure that the Python is set to the system's variable path automatically. You don't have to do it manually. So make sure you check this box. Now, if your system has not a lot of space and you do not want the documentation, go ahead and uncheck it. The rest of things are just fine. You should not customize it, but I have enough space. I'm not going to uncheck it. So very thing that you want to make sure you have checked this add Python 3.8 to the path, and then simply go ahead and say install now here. Now you again get this user account control, say yes. This process is going to take approximately a minute. If you are using web-based installer, depending on the internet speed of your service provider or of your plan, it may take some time. So on my system, approximately a minute. It's going to take a minute or so maximum, and it's just trying to install the test suite. So what we are going to do after installing this Python 3.8, what I'm going to do, I'm quickly going to check the version of Python that has been installed. I'm also going to check the pip, which is Python package manager that is installed with this Python installer. And then we are quickly going to write a hello world kind of test script or software, whatever you call it, and then we will learn to execute Python file with command prompt. So we are almost done here. You can see it says installing Python 3.8.2 pip bootstrap. So that was the pip I was talking about. It's the package manager for Python. A lot of people leave in the comment that how to install pip. So pip is already part of Python 3.8.2. Now you will see this setup was successful. You can go ahead and close it and launch your terminal. So terminal is basically command prompt. If you don't have it pinned here, go ahead and click on the start menu and type cmd, hit enter again, and you will see your command prompt up here. One more thing, as soon as you install Python on your system, by default it adds few things here. So you can see I've got the manual pinned, recently added. In the recently added list, I can go ahead and check the manual. So you can see it says Python 3.8.2 documentation. So you can check everything, anything almost that is part of Python. That these are packages that you get with Python. These are the modules you can see here. So these modules can be used without installing with Python. Okay, these are part of core Python 3.8. Now you can check all the modules. Okay, so if you want to check what's new in Python, go ahead and check the release now. Alrighty, so that's the documentation that gets downloaded and installed when you install Python by default. If you just do not uncheck it, it will be installed. Now let's go ahead and check the Python version. So simply type Python, then give a space, and then hyphen and uppercase V. You can also say version like that, and there's something wrong here. I'm going to say uppercase V. So what it required is double hyphen. Now it's the same thing. Okay, so you got Python you can get into Python interactive shell just by typing Python and say let me just clear the screen first. So you can get into the Python's interactive shell just by typing Python in command prompt and hitting enter. So this is going to be an interactive Python shell. If I just want to execute some arithmetic operations, I can do, and you can see it works. Now I can exit of this interactive shell, and let me go ahead and quickly write a hello world Python script or program. So I've got something on the desktop. I've got a sandbox folder, then I've got Python box. I want to open this in VS Code. So here we are, and I should have something already here. Now I can go ahead and close this command prompt. What happened? Now this is hello world Python extension loading. Okay, so this is very specific to this VS Code. I'm going to just uncheck it. So now this is the file that I have just created, and I've written print hello world, or I can say name achievement, and then I can come back here and I can say name, save it, and I'm quickly going to execute it. So to execute it, you simply navigate to this root folder of the Python program, and then say Python, name of the, and then name of the file, and you can see it works perfectly fine. So this is how you download and install Python 3.8.2 on Microsoft Windows 7, 8, 8.1 and 10, and this is how you make sure the Python is installed and it's working across the system no matter where you are. So that's all for this video. If you have any questions, suggestions, leave in the comment below. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you so much for watching again, and have a good day. Bye for now.